Hi, I'm just commencing work on Sally+Gunnell's piece. I cast this off Sally back in October, and because she was the last person of the Olympians who I cast, it's now the final piece from the series that I'm going to be working on. And when I've cast a body, I actually put the cast together fairly quickly afterwards, because I cast it with a gap running down the side. So for instance here, you can see a gap running down the side, so that the person can get out pretty quickly, which is quite important. And when I take it off the person, I then put it back together and I put a few strips to join down the sides to hold it, because as the piece dries out it warps slightly, and this way it sort of shrinks sort of uniformly and it sort of fits together still. So when I'm ready to start on the piece, I get myself a scalpel. Be very careful if you're using these. And I just cut through the edges, and I then remove any of the rough overlapping bits of the plaster, because the plaster getting into the clay can be a big problem. If you leave plaster in clay and it goes into the kiln, because the plaster absorbs water, when it goes into the kiln it gets to about 100 degrees centigrade. If it's retained moisture in there, it can explode, because the moisture obviously turns to steam and expands very fast. So the control of plaster getting into clay is quite, a big deal, and it's worth being aware of. Okay, knife. This isn't very exciting, but I just thought I'd show you the start. When I cast people, the casts always look quite a lot bigger than the original person. And the reason for that is because when you're being cast and you have this on you, and they're quite heavy, particularly when they're wet, you breathe deeply, so you're breathing heavily, and the plaster actually sets to the extent of your breath. So apart from Beth Tweddle and Dame Kelly Holmes, who must be amongst the fittest people on earth at present, they're amazing. Every other person, absolutely every other person I've ever cast, has always sort of like had a bit of extra to them because of how they've been breathing. So when you look at a cast, typically when I'm doing commission, I have somebody who comes along who has a sense of how they are. They feel quite comfortable with that, because otherwise they wouldn't want me to cover them in plaster. I'm taking the record of that, but actually when they step away afterwards, even when my husband and my daughter cast me, and I'm sort of quite flat-stomached, when you step back you think, oh, that's made me look so much bigger. But I'm aware of that, so that when I put the clay in and get the clay out, if it is extended, I just push the stomachs and things back to where they should be for the particular person, which is sort of like a photoshopping thing. But actually, if I made the three-dimensional record of them when they were breathing out, sort of like breathing in, so their stomachs were extended, then it wouldn't look right either. Okay, bye.